Hello, everybody. Wonder Wizard here, better known as Jared, and welcome to my new Let's Play series of Banished. Now, this is one of my favorite games of all time. It's getting a little bit old now. I think it was made in 2014. It says 2015 here, but I'm pretty sure it came out in beta in 2014, and that's when I first played it. But it's been a few years now, and this game still holds up. It is amazing. So what are my plans for this series? I think so. When I was playing this game originally, I downloaded it just from like an online torrent, and so I wasn't playing it on the Steam program. So now that I am back on Steam, all of my achievements have reset. So I think what the main focus of this series is going to be, or the main goal of this series, is to be reaching a population of 300 citizens. So that's gonna be my aim for this series. And if you guys are enjoying it and there's enough participation, I may take the series further on and maybe try and fill up as many of these achievements as possible. But for this first settlement, I'm gonna try and make a settlement. Cool. All right, so let's look over what we've got for the map here. So I've already rolled a map. I've named it Clearwater because that's the home I was originally from, and it feels kind of settle-ish. And if you guys want to play along or find this map seed, this is the map seed. I'm on a terrain type of Verdant Plains. I'm on plains just because I want to make quite a sprawling city. And I'm also on large because I want to make a sprawling city. And as much as I love using mountains and like tunneling through mountains and stuff, and as much as the challenge of having less playing area is cool, I just wanted to have more room to grow like massive fields. And I don't want to use the terrain tool as much as I have in the past. I have climate set to fair just so that we have a fairly standard winter and summer. And I do have disasters on. And I'm starting in the starting condition I have is Appalachian Forest Hard. So what this forest means is it just has every single forest in the vanilla game and the modded trees in the forests except for palm and jungle trees, I believe. So yeah, let's just get into it. So let's take a quick look at the area here. So the reason why I stuck with this map was I like having the giant lake. We do start by the river. I have the map up here. So we do start by this river that is going to access both sides of the map here. So this is where our traders will come in. So we're right there. We have access to that so we can put our trading post on. And we can even put our trading post on the lake, which is nice. I do like having lakes nearby. I may build out into the lake a little bit. We'll see. This isn't going to be a water world playthrough. If you guys want that, we can do that later. But for right now, we're not going to do that. And I do also like that it has these little like pockets of land around the lake, which I think we can make some cool little like settlements or maybe a cool church with a graveyard that just like that'd be kind of cool if we made one of these islands the church and graveyard. Maybe this one. So that's what I was thinking. And then so it basically breaks it up. The river breaks it up into 3 segments. So we can have like 3 little towns going. This one also has another lake up here, but it's not attached to the river. So it's just a standalone. Maybe that's where we have like a little fishing village or something and do a little bit of a water world playthrough. Cool. And it seems like this river kind of like scrolls up and then comes around back on itself. So I wonder so the way this is, it's all like randomly generated. But I wonder when the trader comes through, he may go up and follow the line that the computer drew the river and then come down to the river. I don't know if he will or not, but we'll see. Okay, so first things first, what do we need? So we're starting on hard, so we have no houses and no buildings or anything. All we have is this cart. But, oh, right, we have to also set ourselves up. So I'm going to set myself up on my standard setup, which is that and that. Event log down at the bottom. I need our professions. No, not that one. Let's do this one. So due to the fact that we're using the mod... Oh, actually, I didn't talk to you about the mod. We're using the Colonial Charter mod, the newest one. I believe it's 1.73 is the newest mod, and it's just it's a mega mod, so it takes all the mods and puts them all into one big bundle. There's something like 70 mods in it. And what it does is it adds a bunch of new features to all these things, which we will go through slowly. But one of the major things it does is it makes our professions tab massive. I think in vanilla there's like maybe 20, maybe 30 professions, so it all fits on a page like this standardly, and this doubles it, which is a bit intimidating, but also super fun because it gives us a lot of stuff to play with. Okay, so we got ourselves our first setup. Now we need to get our initial setup going. So what do we need to survive the first winter? We have 8 children and 6 adults, so technically we need 3 houses, but 4 will be preferable. So how do we want to set up this initial town? I'm thinking that we'll have the main town here along the riverfront. So then we need to figure out a place to put our forest, our first forester nub. And I think down here is probably where we're going to go with it. Unless we wanted to move the town down here. Yeah, actually, you know what? That sounds like a better idea, because that way we're close to where I was talking about putting the church over here. So if we have our major town in this general region, that means that we can put our forestry nub. Maybe we'll start our first one right here. Okay, so first things first. What do we need? We need a gatherer's hut. Cool. And it's been a while, so let me... Nope, that's not what that is. There we go. Z and... Ooh. Oh, maybe it's not Z. Nope, it's not Z. What is rotate? Oh no, guys. Gotta remember all the buttons now. What is rotate? Bear with me. Options. Game. Video. There we go. Rotate. E and Q. I was pressing E and Q. Oh, never mind. That's rotate map. Rotate structure. R and T. There we go. Cool. We're good. You guys saw nothing. All right. So R and T is rotates. And we're gonna make this like this. Put that there, and just immediately, just so I know where it is, I'm just gonna pause it. So what do we need out there first? We need a hunter-gatherer, and we need remove harvest trees. Nope, that's the wrong thing. There it is. We need a forester. Now there's multiple foresters now, so there's foresters for specific trees, and also in the forestry nub, I believe there's smaller ones. I could be wrong about that though. I thought there was. Well, it just seems like there's just a standard forester, and I'm okay with just a standard forester anyway. So we had him that way, and then we are going to plop this guy right beside it. Cool. So hunter-gatherer, forester. Do I want anything else out here? I may put a hunter out here. Yeah, I'm going to set it up. I may not build it right away, but I am going to set up a hunter's cabin. Now, this is the next question. Is there a different hunter's cabin? Crop field, butchers, transparent fields, fuel refinery. Yeah, see, I thought there was a different hunter's cabin, but I guess that must be a different mod. That's okay. We're just going to use the standard hunter's cabin. I just want to use all the different mods if I can, right? So let's plop it down there, and we are going to pause on that. And before we get anything done, let's get us a road going out there. Boom. Okay, so now we have our road. What do we need out there? We need some houses. Okay, so we have a huge amount of new houses. Let's zoom in. And lots of these will be able to like attach to each other, and these ones don't as much. These ones are all just kind of similar to each other. And I am thinking of, I'm probably going to use a lot of different kind of houses, but I do want all the different areas to have a similar aesthetic. So I think for this first area, what do we got? Row of houses. This guy's so itty bitty. So I think you can do one. Oh, right, that's these guys. That's double-sided. There was a type of house. Just looking for it right now. That you're able to kind of stack. Gable house? Nope. Where is my stackable house? Family townhouse. Those are boarding houses. Those will hold more people. Lodging. Is it in here? Old castle. Oh. Okay, well, you know what? We're just going to stick with it then. Rustic abode. Oh, I like that. It's not bad. So this is the standard wooden houses from the vanilla game. And it'll give you the amount that it costs for each one. So the new one costs, that new rustic abode costs a little bit more wood, but less stone. And then we have a sandblock house, which costs lumber, so we can't use that one. We have the original stone house, which is wood and stone. And town abode. Town abode, that also needs lumber. So, boarding house, tiny shack, log cabin. Well, log cabin makes the most sense out there. You know what? Costs a little bit more money, but I am going to use a log cabin right away. So what I want to do is I want to make it so that this area out here is self-sufficient. So if I put 2 houses out there and get those started right away, and then start more houses in general in the actual town here, that'll make our lives a little bit easier. All right. The other thing I want to do is get a stockpile in, and here's a little trick you can do for you. So the peeps will only put sorry. Oh, where is this going? Oh, right, it's just not long. They will put objects, resources, on the ground anywhere on the stockpile. So that means if I make the stockpile all the way out here, and they come up and they put a resource here, you can collect that resource from this side, which means that when our forestry puts lumber on here, if we have a lumberjack or a firewood cutter, here, he doesn't have to walk all the way over there. It's a neat little trick. Okay, cool. There we go. Let's get this stuff started. We got a bunch of things down. Let's get a couple builders going to get those houses up and running. And we'll also get our... So we'll get... Nope, we don't want that. Let's not pin that. We want the hunter and the gatherer going. So let's unpause that. We are going to pin that. I'm just going to bring that up there so I can see what the state of that building is. And let's get things started here. So these guys are going. We have 4 builders, and we will also get a few gatherers going. So let's gather some initial objects. Let's gather some stone and some iron. Get that gathered, and we'll also just gather some wood from this general area and get that going. And that should give us enough resources to get started. Okay. So that's not going to be quite enough houses at first, so we are going to need to build some more houses. What do we want to build the initial houses out of? We could go directly to stone. And that might be what I choose to do. Although, I did kind of like these rustic abodes. You know what, let's do something a little bit less vanilla and do some rustic abodes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them up here. So we've got our... Oh, let's actually... Our forester, our thing there. Which means we'll probably have... Yeah, we'll do it there and there. And then I will put in a road going straight up. And that'll be the little start of our town there. Cool. I am missing one thing here. There we go. There is a hotkey for this. Alright, right, it's 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe, yeah. Don't want to go too fast. But for right now, maybe I will. I'm actually going to put them on a little bit slower, and I'm going to set up the other things that I need for this winter. So, what else do I need before the winter starts? Well, I do need a forester, or sorry, a woodcutter. He would live in here somewhere. Here? There he is. Chopper. Oh, this is the one that has smaller ones. So it's got that guy, and then it has a little wood chopper. So I don't need a huge wood chopper. So I'm just gonna put this little one right there. So it'll be right at the end. What's growing? Our reserve of stone is low. It is indeed. So I do have some stone already set to be collected though, but we can collect this stuff as well. The forester will also collect all of this stone and iron because it's not necessary for what he's doing, but for right now we'll just set that to be collected. And what is this process can be completed? It's just being built. That's nice. So the gatherer harvests local wild foragings. So it forages wild fruits and vegetables. They're pretty awesome, and they're probably the most OP early game object. Alright, and that's done, which means we can set it to have, let's give it 2 gatherers. We need the rest of us to do other things. And yes, I know you don't have a home. We're building you a home. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Guy's cutting everything down. Okay, what else did we need? So we have the chopper going, and the other thing we need fairly soon is a tool builder, tools and forges, blacksmith. We'll create new tools out of wood and iron, city blacksmith, small iron smelter, metalsmith, forge, and foundry. So we actually just need a simple blacksmith first and foremost. And I'm going to put this on this side of the road, I think. Also using that area there. So we're going to plop that there. I know I have a lot of things set to go right now, but I'm going to pin this one. I'm going to pause it. I do want the houses to be up and going fairly quickly here. And are they being worked on? Yes, they are. The stone's being brought. So here's your resource calculator up here. So that's where our stored stone is, and iron. So that's actually one of the big changes from vanilla to the Colonial Charter is that you actually get minerals. So this is iron ore. It's not iron. So I can't get iron until I get an actual foundry to create my iron. I'm actually going to put another couple of those guys on there for right now. Maybe one less. Just so I can get a little bit more food coming in right away. The other thing I'm going to have to build out here sooner rather than later is a storage barn. So they have something to use there to store things. Okay, we do have that. At least we only have 2 laborers, which is part of the reason why this is going so slow. Come on, guys. Build, build, build. Is that our second house? That's our second house. Okay, so we only have 7 more people to house, which these 2 homes should be enough to do. Reserve of stone is low. Yes, I understand. I'm aware of this. We're getting there, though. If anybody can stop eating all the food. How has our guy been doing here? Where do we... Oh, we also don't want that limit of food. Let's get the limit up to 10,000. I'm aware that I could be actually typing this in, but let's do it the hard way there. What is the... Oh, there we go. That's the button. So this is, it shows you what is collected in the season, and then it'll show you the previous season. So at the end of this season, it'll show us how much is collected. So it's only collected a couple hundred, but it hasn't been a full season yet, so we don't have to be too worried. Alright, that's getting at least some of its resources. Most people are out collecting, which is nice. I am going to get one more gatherer in there. And then change my mind again right away. I do just need this stuff built and found so I can get this thing up and running. Alright, what other major elements do I need that I can like start right away? Alright, so that's built there. Now here's the question. Do I want to cancel this? Because I'm just seeing this road here that I would love to continue on aesthetically. So yes, I am going to cancel that. And just so that I don't forget that I need to do it, that's going to go there. Okay, so now that that's there, what do we need? We need this guy, which now he won't be able to fit in there, but if I spin him, he definitely will. Pause that because I put that in the wrong place. Thank you. I want it there. And then the other thing I'm going to need is a tailor. Seamstress Guild, yeah. A tailor. And we will just put this exactly opposite. I'm going to give it just a little bit of room. Just make a nice little aesthetic area in there. Might be able to put something. There's lots of cool little aesthetic things that I can use. If I put that there, it'll be just perfect. Now, I bet. Yes, I know. I'm gonna raise the priority of this a little bit. There's the priority button. Show limit. Increase priority. It's 6. So I'm gonna increase the priority of that. I still have 4 homeless. This is getting close. Let's get this stuff built, guys. This is supposed to be paused, and this is supposed to be paused. Okay, there we go. Because yes, we definitely need some firewood going pronto. We still have 11 tools, so I'm not horribly in need of tools yet. I will need my forest nub fairly quickly, though. So this has 2 people. Oh, this is finally being built. Cool, cool, cool. Go, go, go. Build, build, build. Are these looking exactly the same? Or is there some difference in their aesthetics? Well, at least they're kind of they're mirrored. That's nice. Oh, there are a few. Town abode. Oh, I can upgrade them. Perfect. Okay, great. Love it. And do we have our woodcutter yet? We do. Get in there, buddy. Fuel limit of 1,000. Go. Chop, chop, chop. Okay, so now we have more builders than we have workers. We also need a new house relatively soon. But let's get this guy going, and let's get that guy going. We have a little bit more cooking to do. Alright, how have you done so far? Oh, you've been doing all right. We are hungry, though. But what happens is that all the people will grab food and store it. It's also, they're real greedy, which is why these guys are so cold, is everybody else has grabbed all of the resources and just stuffed them in their house without even thinking about it. So that's a wee bit annoying. But it is what it is. Okay, so what do I need next? I think what I'm going to build next here is actually a little storage shed here. Market building, storage cellars, specialized warehouse, wood. I just want a small barn. So if I stick a small barn right there, and we're going to get one person in there, and we're going to put 2 people in here, and take down 2 of the builders. Because now we have a... sorry. So the resources that they're going to collect from their gathering hut are going to be fewer in the winter, but the hunters will find a lot of venison during the winter. So that's pretty useful. Alright, so next big thing we need to build is another house. So let's build some more abodes here. Was that what that was? I'm going to give this one a little bit of a space, maybe 2 spaces, and then build 2 more. And hopefully, when we upgrade these will actually allow them to be upgraded so close to each other. You have to be really careful in this game that your children to male adult ratio stays good. The easiest way to lose in this game is to have a no children apocalypse where all your adults grow old and you don't have any children. So you always want to have new homes for your aging children to move into so that they can make more babies. So we have an 11-year-old child here. So he's actually old enough. See, he's not child anymore. He is old enough to go out and have a wife. But I don't have a home for him. So same with Camille. That actually might be a girl. Yeah, I think that's a girl. That's a girl. So those are both girls. So they're looking for a husband, which we have right there. So once I build a new home, our Elisham will marry one of those 2 girls and move into the new home and be able to have their own babies. So that's useful. But we need to have a space for them. I also need to relatively early on create a what's the word I'm looking for here? I need to create a school for all these people to go to. Now, looking at this, where do I want to put my first farms? I could make this a little farm node up here and move the town down. Yeah, sure, let's do that. So we actually are going to, I think that we start with 1 seed. I could be wrong on this though. Crop field. And I like 11 by 11s. We're gonna put it there anyway, and if we don't have crop seed, it'll just be there ready for it. There is a specific, I'd have to go back in. It's been a while since I've done that kind of research into this game, but there is the perfect size for a field. I can't remember right now. I'm pretty sure 11 by 11 is a decent size, so that's what we're gonna go with. And if we have to tear it down and build new, we can totally do that. Yeah, so totally, they got married at 11. A little bit odd, but it is what it is. And they're ready to start their own little family. We do need to get a school up and running. That was the words I was looking for. Sooner rather than later. But it looks like we are going to survive our first winter. Hoo hoo hoo. We are amazing. But you know what? I'm coming up on half an hour. So I think I am going to call this one here. So thanks for coming to watch my first episode of the series, guys. Please leave a comment if you'd like, and please like the video and subscribe if you haven't. Alright, I'll see you guys on the next episode. Alright, see you then.